Hello, everybody. Welcome to All Sports Matter podcast.
All Sports Matter podcast. Welcome, everyone.
So we're here just to let you know the purpose of the show is to focus on sports that matter to us. So don't expect us to talk about cricket, football, or tennis. And today, Orlando,
We're talking about a little bit of baseball.
a little bit of baseball. So
But we can talk about that later.
So you already know. So go ahead. Thank you for tuning in, and let's just recap last week's episode. We had a few things going on with the top four finishers, and I have to say, Orlando, we got them correct.
We got them correct. How we got there, I'm not sure.
Right.
I'm not sure if that's really how we predicted it.
Right.
Because I had Liverpool winning, I had Leicester winning, and I had Chelsea winning. Liverpool won, which made me happy. It made me a happy camper. But Leicester ended up losing to Tottenham.
Right.
Which I was not expecting because Tottenham are in a really bad shape.
Right.
And then, I mentioned Aston Villa beat Liverpool 7-2.
Right.
And they ended up beating Chelsea.
Right.
And what I was saying was, you can't sleep on them.
Right.
Chelsea really didn't sleep on them, but the thing that happened was that Chelsea's second goalkeeper, Kepa, he ended up playing because of an injury.
Right. Which wasn't a good thing because you mentioned.
I mentioned don't put in your second goalkeeper.
Yeah, because the first goalkeeper is the top-notch goalkeeper.
Exactly.
Yeah, you did mention that. So yeah, it was surprising. It's kind of funny because we both had Leicester out, but we didn't expect them the way that they were gonna get out.
And it's a funny story that the coach that Leicester has right now, he used to be Liverpool's coach. Okay. So whenever Liverpool was going to become champions with Suarez, Gerrard slipped in the last matches and we lost it.
Yeah, I remember.
We lost the title.
Yeah, I remember that.
Now,
it was I had it.
We had it.
It was a close race too.
Exactly.
I remember that.
He got fired.
Yep.
And now he redeemed himself in Celtic and then got back in Leicester. And this is the second year in a row where Leicester loses top 4 spot in the last round. So feel bad for the Leicester fans. I know in the US they have a lot. So other than that, you're gonna have your Man City, Manchester United. You're gonna have Liverpool in third place and Chelsea. Even though they lost, they snuck in.
They snuck in. It was it's kind of crazy. Didn't really expect those results, but it is what it is. But yeah, anyways, so let's go on to NBA predictions. We were talking about series matchups, and again, there's some few surprises. There's a few not so surprises, and I might be regretting it later on, but I'm not too worried. Anything you want to add as far as your predictions? Anything you feel good about that you said in your last podcast to right now? How you feeling?
So what I feel good about we can do the good and ugly. I mean, I feel good. I feel really good about the Mavericks.
Okay.
I had the Mavericks.
Yeah.
I said Clippers were a loser organization.
Mm-hmm. You did.
No disrespect. I just how do you rest your players towards the end of the season? Again, you have to go with that hunger of I want more. But
so that was a good one. Now give me one bad.
The bad one, the Grizzlies.
The Grizzlies.
Yeah.
Okay.
The Grizzlies. They got 1-1. They got a split.
They did.
They're going for their third game, and I don't know. I wasn't expecting them to do that.
Well, I'll just say this: I still don't take anything back, but I will. I might tune into one game. Just one. Let me just check it out. But we'll talk about that a little bit more later on. But then let's just finish up. What do you think? What are your thoughts on Watson not playing for the Texans?
Watson not playing for the Texans. I got pretty upset just because I felt like we were the only ones cheering for him, at least as Texans fans.
Right.
Again, we need to hear the women, and we gotta wait till the trial. But I feel emotionally we wanted him to be in a good spot just because of all what he's done for us. But at the end of the day, it's a business, and he doesn't want to be part of Houston anymore.
Right.
He feels confident that he is innocent. So, again, we got to wait till the trial ends. But going forward, hey, wish him the best.
All right.
I feel like the team backed him up financially with that big contract. And they tried to, but we had a bad coach and a bad GM. So I don't blame him, but I'm no longer emotionally supporting him, if that makes sense.
Well, I can honestly say that as a Texans fan, as a Deshaun Watson fan, I'm not surprised. It hurts, though, because technically we still can't get rid of him for her picks.
Exactly.
So it hurts the organization.
Exactly.
So that's kind of the position that I'm in, because obviously, whatever he's going through, it'll work itself out. It'll get resolved through the court of law or whatever steps he takes. But as far as the Texans organization, we are still in a bad spot. We still are a mess. I mean, we talked about it in the last podcast that we had signed a fifth QB. We just not cut him. And it's like, okay, like, what are we doing? What are we doing?
At the end of the day, I feel like, he needs to honor his contract in the sense of, at the end of the day, we have a budget. We have a cap. We can't hire someone else because he's still part of the cap, right? Mm-hmm. So it is crippling us, unfortunately. I mean, I guess that's what's so sour about the situation. Like, I want to support him, but as a Texans fan, which I might be,
we're not sure.
It hurts. It just hurts. I am a Texans fan, even though I hate to say it. But it's just I wish I wish this was resolved.
Right.
I guess that's my
I wish we could close the chapter.
Exactly.
Right.
And I feel like we can't close it until this whole mess dies down.
Right.
And hopefully it doesn't die down by the time that his contract's about to end, and then we get peanuts for it.
Right. And that's
what's the scary part of it.
Right. I think for me, that's the part that's I'm just gonna get more frustrated and upset if we just try to move him and we just don't get the right amount to rebuild and have a successful franchise moving forward. Exactly. But anyway, so let's go ahead and, as we mentioned, let's go ahead and talk about these first round matchups, man. I am super excited. Having the fans back, dude, is amazing. It's good and it's bad. I love it. I absolutely
feel like the fans
love it. I love it, man. I can't listen. I'm gonna be straight up with you guys. I cannot watch soccer without fans. For me, it's just so difficult. I look at the field and it's just boring watching these guys run. Yeah, I understand these are some of the top players, whatever, but I just can't. Like, to me, when I watch on TV and listening to the fans sing, listening to them to chant.
What about basketball? We're in basketball. Do you like watching basketball?
No, but I enjoyed the playoffs
okay.
last year, right? With no fans.
The NBA did it different.
But they had, I was going to say that. But they had, the TV screens.
The holographic.
So you could kind of, there was fan interaction.
Yeah.
And that was, to me, that's why I want to say I somewhat enjoyed it.
Right. It was good. It was a good difference.
Right. But having fans into the games, it is another layer of fun. So let's not get too ahead of ourselves, because I know.
Stay in basketball.
Yeah, okay. So in the first round, all right, Utah and the Memphis Grizz, like you mentioned, they're 1-1. Guess what, Orlando? I still ain't watching it, and I probably won't watch it unless it's a Game 7, and then I'm gonna be incredibly laughing my butt off that these Utah Jazz are the number 1 seed, and they were taken to Game 7 with the Memphis Grizzlies. That's when I'll support them. When they go to a Game 7, that's when I'm going to support them.
Well, you better hope John Morant doesn't go on you, Grizzly.
You were saving for that? You were waiting for that one, huh? Oh, cringy.
Man.
But, yeah, man, I can't believe these Jazz are tied 1-1. Obviously, it's early.
Hey,
right?
And
early,
going back to the fans, give me a second. Going back to the fans, I feel like the fans, now that they're back, I thought it was a one team. When I saw the Knicks not knowing how to behave, I thought it was just the Knicks, but I feel like it's the entire fans. They don't know how to act. Now that we're back, they're a little too excited. just because Utah, they're having like issues. With
I know.
Utah,
I've heard.
You know
I've heard.
I mean?
Yep.
Like so, it's like
that's another thing.
like fans are a little.
Right.
Y'all need to calm down.
They're a little rowdy. They're
like
a
we
little
have a
rowdy.
vaccine. You know, like we have a vaccine. Just take a before you do something dumb. Take a fresh breath in. And relax, you know, like it's all good.
So,
but I still have the Utah going, even though they're wild.
You still have them going.
Yeah.
Honestly, I still don't care, but unless they go to a
Stop.
game 7,
Stop.
unless they go to a game 7, that's when I'll
when you
care. And that's when I'll
Okay.
jump on the Grizzly bandwagon if they go to a game 7.
Shut up.
All right, let's move on to my mistake. The Clippers, Dallas. I slept on the Mavericks.
So you're saying that it was a mistake. So now you have Dallas moving. You don't see the Clippers coming from 2-0.
Listen, man, it's 2-0. I'm not saying I don't have the Clippers movie, but just watching the game, there's a different type of energy.
A mentality, right?
A different type of mentality, energy, whatever you want to call it. You know, the game started off good. They started off solid. They started off competitive, but in both games, like in the last 5 minutes of the fourth quarter, that's when you kind of saw the difference, and you kind of saw a little bit of losing control.
That Luka magic.
Man, it's it's one of those things that you look at Luka and you're thinking, all right, Luka's a great player. Some people doubt, I guess, the Dallas squad. I guess I was one of them, because of the simple fact that Clippers have a solid team. They have 2 stars, but these stars, man, they're not gelling. They're not gelling.
Well, I just feel like they have the wrong 2 stars in the sense of they're both very passive. You need a rowdy one, you know,
Right.
like you need a LeBron James,
a Westbrook.
You need not Westbrook. He's not a star, not in my book.
MVP.
Well, it's
triple doubles.
Hey man,
most.
He could keep triple doubling. His way out of the first round.
Man.
The thing is, he's good, but I feel like he's so inefficient. But that's another topic, right? Let's just you need a LeBron, you need a Giannis, you need a Draymond, you need someone that ruffles the feathers and keeps that championship mentality. I feel like Paul George, he's actually being efficient this year, but he's not getting the energy.
What are you seeing in the game that's just what's something that you think is just missing?
Well, it's not just the game; it's the entire season. I just feel like the Clippers during the regular season were playing really good,
right?
And now I don't recognize them, and it goes the opposite with Dallas. During the regular season, I saw them struggling against the Knicks. I saw them. Well, the Knicks were good this year, but I saw them struggling.
You saw them struggling at times
against the Pelicans,
right?
But now look at them. Like their mentality is so different, just because it's the playoffs,
right?
So but that's all I have. I don't have them sweeping Clippers. But I see the Dallas moving on to the next round.
All right, what game is it over?
In 5.
So Clippers win 1.
Yeah.
Man,
a sweep is a lot. They have 2 stars. I don't see them.
Right. I think to me, I don't know, man. I think there's something lacking, lack of chemistry, something. I don't know. I was honestly pulling for the Clippers because I just wanted to prove that Doc is a trash coach. And Doc was the reason why they struggled so much, why they failed. But it looks like there's more to it than just the leader, the head coach, right? Man, I still want to pull from the Clippers, but it's just, man, they're getting destroyed.
You got a sweep? Yeah, a sweep.
No, I don't have them a sweep. No. I think so. They're playing tonight. I think, man, this is tough. I want to say they're going to go to a Game 7, man.
Game 7?
No. Game 7. No. I'm having them going to the Game 7.
No.
And I'll have Dallas. I'll have Dallas in the Game 7. Okay, I don't know. I don't think. I mean, obviously after tonight, it won't matter, right? Because we'll see what happens. But yeah, I can see them go to a Game. I don't want to doubt their talent. It's just one of those things. I just can't. I'll have to give them a Game 7, but I feel like Dallas is gonna go ahead and take it. Now we have So Game 4, Denver, Portland. Another one. I think we both picked the Portland Blazers.
Yeah,
right?
yeah, we both
2-1 advance right
yeah.
now. Denver's leading.
I honestly still got the Trailblazers. I don't have much to add.
Right.
I don't have much to add to this matchup. I think things are going how they're supposed to. Portland won in Denver, and Denver won in Portland.
Mm-hmm.
I can see Portland winning, but
Okay.
I do the next game. I see Portland win the next game, and it looks like a 7-game series.
So that one's going to be your 7-game series.
Yeah, I think that's a 7-game
Okay.
series. But other than that, things are going as I expected. You want to move on to Phoenix Lakers?
I was going to say, so for me, I'm going to go ahead and have them. I think I'll say that. I think it'll be over by Game 6. Yeah, I think Game 6, Portland.
Okay.
Portland. I don't see that one going to Game 7. If it does go to Game 7, I think Portland would be in trouble. So I think the quicker they are able to finish them off, the better. But Denver really, they're just missing that star player that could just take them further like they did last year.
Yeah. The thing about Game 6, that you're saying it will finish in Game 6, right? Not 7. The thing about that, I don't see Portland. They're so inconsistent. I don't see them winning three straight games. I just don't. They gotta win one, lose one, but then it'll be Dame time.
Daytime in the 7th.
Yeah.
Man. Well, we'll see. We'll see what happens. Now, Phoenix Lakers. They're going to be playing Game 4 on the May 30th. What do you think about this series so far, man? You had LeBron running away from Chris Paul and the Suns, and now
I don't have much to add to it. I mean, yeah. I still got Lakers, even though they advanced. I did say Lakers are coming out of the West. And honestly, what's scaring me is that Lakers are playing very bad, and they're winning. Imagine when they get hot.
Right.
So that's scary. LeBron said he'll never be at 100% again. So imagine when he gets to 98%.
Well, we'll see, man. Something interesting. Some people the Lakers are better than what their record says, right?
Exactly.
They did have a series of injuries in the middle of the season.
Wow.
So they might not reflect that number 7 position might not be the real
it doesn't reflect
number 7 position. So
now that you say about injuries, it's interesting. Chris Paul, we have this issue of injuries in the playoffs again, and I really want to get into this just because, like Rockets fans, we got talked a lot of mess about because we traded Chris Paul for Westbrook, and Westbrook didn't work out in the Rockets. But at the end of the day, people said, "Oh, OKC won the trade," which they did, but they made us look like we were dumb for it. But at the end of the day, the Rockets wanted a championship. We didn't want a first round exit. We didn't want a conference final exit. We wanted a championship. So we risked everything for that to get that championship. Now, what is Chris Paul? Will Chris Paul ever give another team a championship? Will he ever win one himself? I think he's a great player, but he's too injury prone. Yeah. And that's all the Rockets were saying. Like, hey, he's a great player, but we have different goals. He got injured twice with us. Now, OKC, he didn't get injured, but because he got out on the first round. Honestly, I thought he was going to get injured later on, but he's going all out against the Lakers, which is what you're supposed to do. Right. And, now he got injured. So it's tough luck for the Phoenix fans and for Chris Paul. But it's not looking good for them. Yeah. It's not. It's really not.
So how many games before the Lakers take it? What you have them on?
I see them going to 5.
Game 5. So they're not going to move.
Gentleman's sweep.
A gentleman's sweep.
Yeah.
I'll have them to Game 6. I think Phoenix are still good.
No, they're good.
I just don't. Yeah, I think Game 5 is kind of too close. I see them winning one more game.
What you were saying about the seeding, I think this would have been the conference final, honestly. So I don't want to talk mess about Phoenix.
No. I mean,
but I could see that be a conference final.
Yeah, no. I mean, I think that's what people were kind of saying, that the Lakers might be the true number one if it wasn't for injuries,
Exactly,
or a true number two. But yeah, I think because of that, I think a 5 is kind of. I just don't see it in 5. I definitely see it as a 6. But yeah, man. I mean, I still find it, your last take that LeBron was running away from Chris Paul was hilarious.
Take it how you want.
Hilarious.
Take it how you want. I don't.
He was running, man. He had a whole strategy, If you guys don't know what we're talking about, man, go ahead and go back to the first pod to hear LeBron's masterful plan. Anyways, let's go ahead and move on to the East. Round 1, Philadelphia, Washington. Man, what do you guys think? What do you think, Orlando? I mean, they played hard. Washington played hard to get in, and now they're about to get swept.
The only thing that matters is that Westbrook gets a triple-double.
Man. Hey, man. Still be getting them triple-doubles.
Yeah. Congratulations, Washington.
So, Philadelphia sweeping? Are we sweeping them?
Oh, yeah.
Sweeping? All right, man. Perfect. That's what I was going to say, too. Bust out the brooms. Now, this is probably a matchup that I don't want to say it was slept on, because I did mention New York City and the crowd, and you mentioned Ice Tray. So, we have an interesting series, man. The Knicks and the Hawks, man. Man. I love it.
I'm hyped for this.
Man, it's a good game. They're actually playing tonight. So we might have to catch that game just to see what how Atlanta's gonna react.
Yeah,
because they're playing in Atlanta. So I am interested in that. They are. It's an entertaining series, man. What can I say? Honestly, like, I won't be mad if whoever advances, because as long as they keep up that energy of just talking smack, shooting crazy shots, and just being physical. The crowd getting involved.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, man.
Yeah,
that's
spitting on Ice Tray.
Man, spitting over 50
That's
cents.
That's
50 cents. I don't know, girlfriend, man.
Yeah.
That's how they were right behind him. So
yeah.
Imagine you spitting at 50 cents, girlfriend.
That guy got lucky.
He got lucky. He got 50 cents didn't know.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's interesting. Okay, what do we have for the series, man? What game are we gonna be going at it?
Atlanta game 6.
Atlanta game 6?
Yes.
All right, man. You know what? I'm so entertained by this. I want us to go to game 7 with the Knicks on top.
The Knicks? Okay. Well,
I want to go. We'll see, man.
You think Julius Randle got it?
We'll see, man. We'll see. I think we'll see. I'm excited, though. I am excited to watch this game.
Okay.
This series. Now we got the Bucks and Miami, man. Ooh.
This is another one I'm proud of.
Ooh, yeah, man. I had the Bucks. Well,
no, you had Miami.
No, that's what I'm saying. I had the Bucks advancing, right? But I chose Miami just because of what they did last year. And
they're calling them bubble frauds.
Man,
what do you think?
Bubble frauds.
That's what they're calling them.
Ooh.
And the socials, in the Twitter
sphere, in the Twitter world. Man, I don't know. I don't know what's going on. This is probably the one. This is really an interesting one. It could be the bubble effect that made them go all the way to the finals. But I am shocked. Honestly, I went with Miami because I just didn't want to disrespect them. I mean, I don't want to.
Of course not.
The Bucks over the years have proven to fail. Now,
I didn't want to disrespect Giannis, and as an immigrant, I was like, man, this guy does not want to fail. I knew it. I could see it in his eyes.
You can see it. Well,
yes.
It looks like it's going to be heading to I'm going to say a gentleman's sweep. It's going to end in Game 5, Bucks.
But I don't think it's a they haven't won a game. So
they'll get there.
Okay.
They'll win this one.
But the gentleman's sweep is the other team wins one first, and then the...
Oh, is that what it is?
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I don't know. I'll be honest, I don't know.
Okay, it really doesn't matter, but you're saying 4-1.
4-1. Game 5, Bucks are going to take it, but okay. I have them winning one game.
Okay, and then, I think, take out the brooms. No gentlemen here. The Bucks, they got Drew Holiday. They got Pete.
Yeah,
exactly.
Man.
They got PJ Tucker. And what? And they won by 30 games the last 2 games.
They won by 30 points.
By 30 games. By 30
yeah,
points.
I was gonna say 30 games.
No,
yeah. It's been blowouts.
It's been blowouts.
Yeah, that's true.
So
I don't know.
It's a sweep.
Man, yeah, those blowouts are not helpful.
And what's crazy is Miami could have had James Harden, but they have Tyler Hero, so hey,
they didn't want to give him up.
Yeah, they didn't want to give him up.
They give him up.
So everybody's a winner. Miami have Hero, and Giannis moves on.
All right, man. So the Brooklyn Nets and Boston Celtics. This is the one that have to be proud of because I have them winning. Brooklyn leads the Celtics 2-0. What do you think about the Celtics?
Take your brooms out.
They're trash.
Yeah.
They're trash.
Oh, the Celtics, I mean, they have good players. I just feel like they need a change in the system.
A change?
Yeah, they need a coaching change.
Coaching change?
Yeah.
Okay. They need something, man.
They need some,
But honestly, I think Brooklyn has been also very good. When you have all that all-star power.
Yeah, all that, yeah.
Dude, it's like the Monsters and versus the Toon Squad before MJ got there.
Yeah,
before MJ got there, right? Because because MJ changed the game, right? But,
true.
But before that, they were getting their asses whooped. You know, it's like the Dream Team versus all of the Olympic basketball teams that were involved, the countries, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Like it's just like, bro, like, exactly. Come on, like it's.
And then Tatum got injured too. So I was like,
So we'll see, man. The series is very interesting. Now, a topic that I want to talk about that's going to lead into is the fans, right? Okay. The fans. We had the popcorn incident. We've had the spit incident. We had the Jazz fan incident.
Yeah.
Now,
that was socials, though, right? It was that. I think that was socials. I don't think, but it's still the fans. It's still the fans.
It's still fans. I mean, honestly,
acting
though,
wild.
I believe it.
Yeah,
I believe it. I mean,
come on, it's Utah.
I mean, the only reason why I somewhat believe it is because remember that time with the Rockets Warriors where Alicia Curry felt like the Rocket fans were harassing her leaving out the Rocket Stadium, and she said that someone was being forceful with her, and this was a time when she was pregnant.
Got it.
And so she said that and it kind of blew up, right? But it was kind of like it wasn't really confirmed what exactly happened.
Yeah.
So that's why I'm saying kind of I could see fans harass a player's parent, girlfriend, whatever, right? Like heckling is what you want to call it. Yeah. So I could see it. I mean, hopefully
but there's a line
there's a line, and honestly, hey guys, I get it. We want our teams to win. I've personally done heckling when I've attended the Cougars basketball game when we were playing the Harvard team, and there was this one guy, a center, I think he was playing, and man, I was harassing him. You know, I was just booing him. I was just trying to get into his mind. Not harassing, right, but just trying to get into his mind. But then at the end of the game, man, I told him, hey, man, good game.
Because
you were there. You remember that.
Because his girlfriend was right next to us the whole game. His girlfriend was right next to us the whole game. This guy's booing him.
Hey,
the game ends.
This college, to help my team win, bro. What you talking about?
This college athlete comes says hi to his girlfriend.
Hey, man, the game was over.
Galindo says good game.
It could have been the other way. I could have just kept saying, "Hey, bro, you suck." Blue, you know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? It was a good game.
The game was over.
The game was over. We won. Yeah. Let's move on.
But the thing is, it was he stood out a lot because
he just stood out, man. It was a tall dude on the Harvard team.
Tall, super tall.
You know what I mean?
And it wasn't Harvard, it was ECU, but that's another.
No, it was Harvard. I remember it was Harvard.
It was ECU.
Dude, I'm not gonna pull up the stats, but I remember it was Harvard.
Okay, all right, let's agree to disagree.
Let's agree to disagree. But it was Harvard. But I guess so yeah, man. I think you're right about you mentioned earlier, fans don't know how to act right now, and we're just being extra wild and crazy now that we can be in an environment that is just pure adrenaline, I want to fight somebody.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Like, it's one of those things that it's just
That's
like,
how people feel.
That's how people feel, man. That's what the games bring. It's like
They just want to fight.
they just want to fight. And so, like, that brings us to our first ever MLB topic. The Astros and Dodgers fight. Not the game. The fight. So if you guys don't know, there was a video released in the Twitter universe pretty much showing a fight between a Dodger fan and two Astros fan. The Dodger fan, man, he knocked that boy down a couple pegs.
Let's just say one team won and lost at the same day in the same day.
Yeah. You see, this is what happens, man. The Astros, the team won the battle, but the Astro fan lost the war.
Yeah. That was pretty bad.
That was pretty bad. It was a whooping, man. Listen, man.
But his mans didn't back him up, man.
Hey, that's what I was, bro. Oh. All right. This is what I want to talk about before we had a little bit of backstory, right? So, initial reaction of watching that fight. In my head, I'm thinking, all right, man. How is this dude knocking this guy out and it's another guy?
Hit him twice.
Bro, it was literally the guy whooping the Astros fan butt, and his wife got in.
And his wife was hitting him.
Which is a real one.
True.
Just saying, a real one right there. If she ain't swinging for you,
true.
Check your relationship.
Yes.
All right.
Check her phone.
Check her phone. Hey man, ask your babe. Hey, if I get into a fight, you got my back. And if she stalls, you don't.
She hesitates.
If she looks at her phone, that's a no. But yeah, man. So yeah, like, all right, Orlando. How crazy is that? First of all, would you get into a fight at a game or a sporting event? Say, Liverpool and I don't know, Manchester fan, right? And
I'm a happy drunk, so when I drink, I don't really get aggressive.
Hey man, he could have been sober. He could have not been drunk.
No, but I'm speaking for myself. If I'm at a Liverpool game,
so you drink it.
And so yeah,
I will say this: there was definitely alcohol involved, because you don't go from watching the game sober to fighting sober. There's alcohol, and the game is long, so there's multiple drinks involved to get to that point.
Honestly, that's the only way I get through a baseball game. Like, I have to drink a couple. Take
a nap. Wake up, it's like, oh, it's the sixth inning.
Well, yeah, it's because, especially like if you're watching it live, it's in Houston, it's hot.
Right.
Like, for the people that don't know, Houston is super hot.
Yep.
So
super
beer
hot
is always necessary. It's a necessity whenever you go watch a game outside.
True. I agree with that.
It was a hot day.
It was a hot day, yeah. And this whole week has been hot.
It's been humid because of the rain.
Humid and hot, yeah, man. Like, I just want to give a quick shout out to my niece Anna. She just graduated. I stood out in the sun for about an hour and a half. I thought I was going to pass out, but I made it.
Shout out to Anna and Diana.
Oh, and Diana too. Congratulations, class of 20.
I also stood outside.
2021.
I got rained on.
Oh, you got rained on? Man, I got burnt up,
And then,
different experiences.
And then I was like, man, they're gonna cancel this and call it, man.
Push it through. Get them kids going.
Man, I see them kids whoop out a poncho. I'm like, oh, y'all wrong for that.
I guess I didn't get my poncho. I must have missed it. But yeah, man. And then just to add a little bit more context to this Astro-Dodger fight, there's a story just released by Channel 2 News that the Astro fans actually provoked the gentleman, the Dodger fan, into fisticuffs. So there you go. It wasn't the Dodger fan trying to fight.
So what happened?
The Astro fan. So apparently what happened was these guys were heckling him, giving him a hard time. You're a Dodger fan in Minute Maid Park, so it's gonna happen, right?
Yeah.
And then after that, apparently the Astro fan got a little bit too aggressive and hit the Dodger fan and almost hit his wife and his daughter.
Oh wow.
So that's when he switched of mode and was at Terminator mode and destroy, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So just to add a little bit of context, that's what initially happened per reports and witnesses that were there at the scene. So, again, guys, it's fun to heck to somebody, give them a hard time, but don't overdo it, man. Like, Astro fans, we got to be classy, man. They already hate us because we supposedly cheated.
Yeah, so people hate us because we cheated. But that's the thing I have. That's the problem I kind of have with baseball, in the sense of, it's supposed to be a gentleman's sport. You're supposed to be honest about it. If you win right, lose. Well, you don't want to lose. Nobody wants to lose.
Right.
But, I feel like we've gotten a lot of slack for our 2017 championship. It's 2021, people. Like, 21 minus 17, what's that? That's 4.
Is it?
Yeah.
You saw a little bit. I couldn't tell. I was like, are you telling me or asking me?
Well, round it up to 4. Nah, it varies between months because
Right.
I was like, this hasn't been 4 years, but yeah, it's close to 4 years. But the thing is, in baseball, like, how many times have pitchers used different chemicals in their gloves, to pitch better? You have the whole steroid era.
Right. Which was a good era.
I mean,
I was tuning in.
There, like, in baseball, there was. In my book, the was is not. It's a present. No, I'm kidding.
No, you're not. Listen, guys, if you're wondering when you became a baseball fan, you can start at the year 2017 during the World Series.
I was tuned in.
He was riding.
I was like, oh, A-Rod did? A-Rod did what?
But
I want to do that too. No,
yeah,
but I'm just saying, like, we won. I'm just playing. I don't do steroids at all. But after we won, we won, and then the next year, Boston won, and they did the exact same thing. Yet, allegedly, we're the ones getting booed at. We're the ones everybody bringing out the trash can. So it's like, okay, is this because we're not a major market, so we don't get a pass? If the Yankees did it, I'm sure people wouldn't.
I'm pretty sure the Yankees have done a lot of things to guarantee, World Series championships. And so, listen, man, I grew up. Well, I didn't grow up. This wasn't part of my family teaching, but this was definitely part of my streets education. Was like, if you're not cheating, you're not trying. You know what I mean?
You're not cheating. What
I mean? Like, it was one of those
honestly,
things.
that's.
Yeah, you just kind of like it's putting in the extra effort to make sure you get the result that you want.
But honestly,
I mean?
Like in baseball, this has been a recurring thing.
Whoa.
Like, everybody's trying to win, and they're willing to play with the gray areas to win.
Yeah.
So I'm just like, man, like, we're not the only ones. Come on, let's get over it. They fired our coach, like, and the thing is, when we got caught, I was a little happy. I'm not gonna lie. I was like, man, like now nobody's gonna want our players. And no, heck no.
They want
as soon as Springer's contract was up, Springer went and got paid.
Yeah.
And now Correa's contract's up. Now Correa says, if y'all don't pay me, someone else will.
Yep.
So now I'm just like, oh, okay, so we're cheaters, but you want our players. Like, well, I guess.
Well, I guess what I like. I mean, I don't like the whole scandal. It does suck.
Yeah.
Because it was such a magical run for me with just what happened during Harvey and everybody.
Yeah, exactly.
Back. You know what I mean? It just kind of adds a little. It just kind of gives us like, oh man, like, why does this? What is that? Why does that year have to be submitted with the cheating scandal instead of like what they did to get there? Because obviously, we're not, they don't have a clear report of like how many games they might have cheated or whatnot. Because the team was still the team. They were solid. I mean, they went to the World Series again.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
Without
like,
cheating.
Right. So it's like, I don't know what you guys, the baseball fans are so upset with. Like, we won. It's done. Move on. Focus on the next season, right? Like, they're not going to take our title away because there wasn't enough proof of this so-called cheating that occurred.
And the crazy thing is, we won the championship in Game 7 in the Dodger Stadium.
Yeah.
So, like, why are they so upset?
Well, the thing is, there was never evidence in the series.
Exactly. Well, yeah.
So, but they're more upset that like we inflated our record, but then to me it doesn't make sense.
It really doesn't matter.
There's the whole purpose of a playoff.
Yeah.
Now, if it was like the Premier League where it was a table race, then that would be more sense, right? But it wasn't. It was a playoff system in place for that. But
exactly.
But yeah, man. We just kind of went on a rant. And we're about to go into another one.
Well, before we go into that, I just want to say to the fans, if you got into it this week, learn from your mistakes. And if you didn't get into it this week, learn from other people's mistakes. We can close with that chapter.
All right, perfect.
Okay.
So then, coming up next, this is something that I honestly debated if we wanted to talk about, but you know what? I do, because I just...
Why do you want to talk about it? Why?
All right. So the Concacaf. If you don't know what the Concacaf is,
so we're moving on to soccer.
Yes, soccer.
Into the Concacaf.
The Concacaf. What is the Concacaf?
Just
kind of give me the overall, so people know what the Concacaf is.
So the Concacaf is basically the conference of North America. There's different conferences that soccer is a world. It's a world sport.
Organizations, yeah.
The reason why I grew up with soccer was because, like if you want to play baseball, you need to buy a bat, you need to buy a glove, you need to buy baseballs, and all of that is expensive. Probably not for everybody, but if you're poor, that is expensive. Well, how much is a good bat?
Well, to be honest with you, I've seen. Well,
how much is a good bat? Like, just give me a round part. We don't even have to get into it.
I was going to say, let's not get into it. That's another subject that I want to get into. I want to focus on the CONCACAF. The CONCACAF is basically North America Caribbean's organization for organized soccer. It's supposed to determine teams and their national teams, and that will eventually support the World Cup teams, right? So with the CONCACAF, there's just a major issue with the CONCACAF that I have to get out of me, right? The problem is, man, these guys are not interested in creating the best football tournaments and environments, in my opinion. They're after making money. When we compare our conference to others in Europe, South America, Asia, Africa, they provide a better product for television, right? So for the CONCACAF, for example, we are having what is called the National League Finals, right? If you guys are wondering, what is the National League Finals? Well, it's a new tournament introduced last year, coming up now, where they're gonna have basically like a playoff system of the best four teams. The best four is going to be Mexico, Costa Rica, the U.S., and Honduras, which won their table group. The problem that I have with it is it's basically just another tournament where dedicated fans, like the Mexicans, like the U.S., Costa Rica, I'm assuming, they might have some dedicated fans, and Honduras.
Well, the entire world is dedicated to soccer. The whole world. The only country that's not dedicated to soccer is the U.S. So,
interesting take. But what the U.S. does have are fans that are willing to pay, right? Because we're such a
capital.
Because we're a melting pot, right, of diverse backgrounds and everything. So, with this tournament, these finals, again, it's another meaningless trophy. Is basically what I'm trying to say. Because it's like, man, we got the Golden Cup, we got this, we have a bunch of just meaningless games that are always being brought to us, man, and it's kind of annoying, to be honest with you. I don't get it. Like in order for the teams to become better, they need to face better competition and have better tournaments. I hate the idea of the Golden Cup every 2 years. And then after that, if the winner is someone different, they play each other to be the ultimate winner of the Golden Cup of the 4-year period.
Yeah.
You know, which is annoying again because it's like, why? And it's always the same team, right? It's always going to be Mexico, U.S. You might have a Costa Rica in there one year. You might have a what was the Costa Rica? Maybe Canada. I think Canada was won in one year, but it doesn't even matter because it's just like, dude, like they have so many tournaments that it just when you win something, it just doesn't feel the same. You know what I mean? Like when the Euros or tournament is coming up. That's a big game. That's, you know, those teams are trying to be the best in Europe, and I love it. Or when you have like the South American tournament, and it's like, oh, like again another 4-year tournament, Copa America. That's gonna be exciting. Like I feel like we lack that here, man. I don't understand, you know, why we're constantly having all these tournaments and just not creating a meaningful tournament. I guess is what I want, a meaningful tournament. I want to be able to play. So what would you
suggest? I mean, what I was trying to explain how, like, you know, we have Concacaf, that's the North American. Mm-hmm. You have CONMEBOL, that's South American.
Right.
And then you have UEFA, Europe, and the CAF, which is African. Mm-hmm. Out of those, and then we have Asia, but that's not. It's not important because it's not that it's not important, but
they have a lot of small nations.
Yeah, they have
like
too
we
many.
do. We like
they're very comparable to us. Honestly.
Yeah, honestly, yeah, they really are.
But the thing is that we're more passionate about soccer than Asia is. You know, so it's like you would think we would be a lot better, but. So what used to happen was Mexico used to be part of the South American, the Copa America, mm-hmm. but because it doesn't bring as much money as hosting your own party,
in the U.S.
where
you know we're the second, Mexicans are the second largest population
exactly
out of general Mexico.
So to them it's like, no, we're not gonna put the priority on developing our players. We're gonna put the priority on the U.S. dollars,
right?
You know, like let's have Mexico versus the U.S. in California, and
in L.A. in the Rose Bowl,
sell out the stadium. we all go home happy.
Yep.
And then back in the day, you know, Mexico ended up playing the final against Colombia in Copa America, and that's when you had Cuauhtemoc, Borghetti. You had a lot better players,
and you had a meaningful. That's a meaningful tournament. That's a meaningful
game. Even though they didn't have the same financial gains, in the long term you did because you had more people passionate about it. Honestly, I'm not sure. Like I can't give you I love soccer and I can't give you my own national team's starting 11 just because there's no superstars. Right. You have aging players, and the young players, they're only playing in the Mexican league, and
you have a lot of mid-range players.
Exactly, and then
in Europe and
the thing is they're not even starters for their teams. Yeah. So it's like the Concacaf doesn't seem like they have a long-term project. They don't, and their short-term project is just making money.
Right.
So until things change, I don't see us. Honestly, I feel like until we don't make the World Cup, they're not going to take it serious.
Well, and you know what? That's a great point because I was going to say, like, to me, the only games that are meaningful are the qualifiers, right? Because that's the road to the World Cup.
Yeah.
I mean, me just being a part of that experience of attending a World Cup qualifier in the Azteca versus your eternal rivals, the U.S., and just being in that atmosphere and just understanding that this is the road to get to the World Cup. To me, that's the thrill that I get, right? Versus me attending the Golden Cup.
Yeah.
Versus the U.S. to win it, right? Like,
yeah.
I don't care about the Golden Cup. If we don't win it, and guess what? In 2 years, we'll have another chance to win it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Versus
and they always fix the game so where Mexico and the U.S. only play themselves in the final.
Hey man, the better team wins, man. There's no fixing in football. What are you talking about?
No, like the way they set up the tournament.
I know the way that they set. Yeah, they make sure that the U.S. doesn't play in the same group that Mexico does and Costa Rica, whatever, and so on and so on. Exactly. Yeah. Which is, again, they can't have them in the same group because it's like
After that,
nobody's gonna attend the final.
Yeah, nobody.
They were having such a hard. I think they were I forgot what cup they were or what year they were having.
Panama
such a hard
made
time.
a final one year. Panama made the final.
But they were having such a hard time selling those tickets.
Yeah,
to that game, which is
yeah.
Again, it lets you know that the market is set up for only U.S. and Mexico. And all the other teams.
And then when we go to the World Cup, we're not prepared, and we always get eliminated in that first in the round after the group stages.
Right.
Which is, we get out the group stage, but for a country like Mexico, it should be more ambitious because.
We're diehard fans.
These people live and breathe soccer, so it's like America never winning a championship in football,
right?
Like Texas never winning a football championship.
Like for me, it's one of those like I can't believe that. For example, like when for the Russia World Cup, man, that first game versus Germany, and you hear Germany, sing their national anthem, and then you hear the Mexican national anthem, and you just hear the whole freaking stadium erupt and singing the national anthem, and people are like, "Oh, people came out to watch this game."
Well, whenever Chucky Lozano, he scored a goal, and after he scored, the scientists detected there was a earthquake in Mexico City.
Yep, it erupted.
It wasn't really an earthquake; it was just people like jumping.
Yep,
like it was like. Hundreds of thousands of people jumping at the same time, just happy that Mexico scored a goal in the World Cup.
Right.
That's imagine when they win if they ever win the World Cup.
Mexico City's burning.
Oh yeah.
We're not gonna burn a car. We're gonna burn the city down.
Oh yeah. They're gonna bring the sacrifices back.
They're gonna sacrifice. I don't even want to say. I don't even want to say. But yeah, man. So it's kind of a tough, it kind of sucks because, I want the conference to do better. I want Mexico to do better, and I want our competition to do better. To be honest with you, it's one of those things that better competition makes you better. So if we have average competition, guess what? We're always going to be average, and the only time we face real competition is in the World Cup, where all squads are competing 100%. Where in Europe you had all these European teams fighting each other, man, to advance in the next rounds in the Euros and the friendlies. I mean, in South America, them fighting to advance in the Copa America, and it's just like, man, like I want that fire, I want that passion of fighting.
Yeah, you go against the Messis, you go against the Ronaldos, and Mbappes, you go against the best of the best in the World Cup.
Yep.
And then what's crazy? Last World Cup we beat Germany, but then we lost against Switzerland. What kind of shit is that?
But you know what it is though. But guess what? Switzerland is in Europe where they're playing Germany.
Yeah. Well, yeah, but
they're playing Portugal. But that's a perfect example of what I'm saying. The competition over there again. Yes. I know what you're saying. But the competition over there is so intense. It's so crazy that, for example, we took Sweden for granted. Switzerland, yeah. I wasn't worried about that.
No, I mean,
I was Zlatan.
Bro, he's not Swiss.
I know.
He's not Swiss.
What is he?
He's Swedish. He's Swedish.
Oh, that's right.
Bro, we lost against Switzerland.
Oh, you're right.
We lost against both.
Oh, we did. Yeah, I forgot. You're right.
We lost against Sweden in the group
I'm sorry.
stage.
I thought you were talking about Sweden in the group stage.
But we got eliminated.
But we got eliminated by Switzerland. Yeah, Switzerland.
Hold on, I gotta look this up now.
No, we got eliminated by Switzerland.
Okay.
We got eliminated. We lost against Sweden, and then we got eliminated by Switzerland.
Okay, but other than that, let me see.
Yeah, I've been looking at it just to make sure.
No, we did get. Okay, hold on.
We got eliminated by. No, hold up. We didn't play Brazil. Did we play Brazil? We lost against Sweden.
we
Yeah,
lost
Brazil.
We lost against Brazil.
So you're thinking of the other one.
Yeah.
You're thinking of 2016.
I was thinking. No. We lost against Sweden.
Sweden, that's why I was saying.
In the group stage.
Which we took them for. I mean, we're not taking Brazil for granted.
But then we just got wrecked by Brazil. I remember that. Bobby scored the goal. Bobby Firmino.
Yeah, bro.
But
I hated that, man. I still hate
But
it.
it's because, like, once we lost against Sweden, we had to face Brazil.
Yeah.
That's what happened.
And we lost to them bad. Like 3-0.
Yeah.
To Sweden, bro.
And I knew, well, I was working, right? I was, like, watching it / working.
Oh, I was in Miami that time.
Okay. Little flex. But
I mean, couldn't make it to Mexico.
But I was just like, man, I'm so...
And then we had to rely on South Korea.
Yeah.
For a miracle for them, and it wasn't a miracle because they beat Germany.
Yeah.
So it just turned out that Germany was trash.
And we thought we were good.
Yeah, we thought we were giant killers,
Yeah.
and it just turns out nah.
Yeah.
Germany was just well, Germany beat Switzerland. So it made the
Sweden.
Yeah. God, thanks Switzerland. See, you got me.
All right. Well,
Sweden. But
I think our point is
Yeah.
we're facing weak competition,
Right.
and then we're not ready for the big boys, which is
or not even the mid-level big boys.
not even the middle.
So that's the
Yeah.
problem. So, anyways, guys, thank you for tuning in. That's gonna wrap it up for All Sports Matter podcast number 2. Go ahead and follow us on Out the H Media. Tell us what you think, comment, subscribe, like the video. Tell us what's going on what are your predictions for the NBA first round? If you guys, what are you guys thinking about fighting in the stadium? Have you guys done it?
Have y'all gotten any fights lately?
Most likely.
Everyone's lit.
Everyone's lit. And then just, any thoughts about the Concacaf, if they're trash or not. But we know that they are.
So it doesn't.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Anyways, guys.
Please comment, guys.
Anyways, guys, appreciate it. Thank you. See you on the next one. Deuce.